Welcome to Love to See It, a podcast about the 26 potential suitors who will be romancing a Mormon wife or ex wife.
Today, we're doing a little preview of Taylor Frankie Paul's Men. Her season is, of course, currently filming at this very moment, but we just needed a little bit of gossip, like a little taste, to really sustain us these long months before the season airs in March.
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of in a weird way grateful because we've never bothered to do
An early
this episode,
preview?
an early
No.
preview. Like when they just release the photos and the names, I'm like, whatever, we'll deal with it when it comes to cast bios. This was much more fruitful than I expected. I'm very excited to dive in. But before we dive into that, a little housekeeping. Over on Rich Text, we released a grab bag episode covering a few topics: the Olivia Newsy affair, Selling the OC season 4, and the new terrible Kim Kardashian drama, All's Fair. So you can find that episode and more at claireandemma.substack.com.
You do not want to miss it. It's a lot of fun.
We had so much fun. So, speaking of having fun, I did not expect to have so much fun Googling these 26 men,
I know.
but I did.
So,
S-
26 potential suitors were released by ABC. Of course, you always assume a few people get cut before filming even happens, but they like to give us a little taste of these dudes. And we learned some pretty fun facts in our Google missions. First, some high level thoughts. The cast is a little bit older, I think, than normal, which seems wise to me given that Taylor Frankie Paul is a mom of three in her early 30s. So 16 of these 26 men are in their 30s, two are in their 40s. There are just 8 somethings, but the youngest one is 27. So, like, these guys range from their late 20s to their early to mid 40s.
yeah, I have to say, 44, like, come on, ABC. They did not cast any 44-year-olds to date Juan Pablo or Jason Mesnick.
I mean, please, they would never cast a
It's like,
40-year-old
oh, she's
woman
a
ever.
30-year-old mom. I think that we need to find her a man who is pushing 15 years older than her because obviously that is her age bracket now.
I sort of suspect that we are going to see her playing in the like 29 to 35 range
That
with
seems
her picks. Yeah.
that seems like her speed, but we'll see. She did say, I think, when she was doing her pre-filming media tour that she was interested in men
Like a
kind
little
of like
older.
up to 43.
Yeah.
And they just had to push it. They were like, let's just go 1 year over. Okay? Don't be so restrictive, Taylor. Like, date an older man. I was like curious. This isn't that many men. And as you were saying, usually at least a couple of them get cut. Are they going to just have a really small initial pool for her? Because we've typically been seeing like up
30s
to 30.
or like 33 even, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe
yeah,
they
this
want
is
to keep it a
small.
little tighter.
Yeah, I wonder. Maybe they want to give more time, like her more time with all of these men, so she doesn't have to like send 10 people home night one kind of thing,
Yeah.
which I'm not necessarily mad at.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, you get these bigger groups and it's really pointless because you don't get a chance to even hear 5 or 6 of them
Exactly.
speak. So let's dive in because we do want to give these 26 men their due. We start with Aaron Kong. He is 32. He is from Bellevue, Washington. And his Instagram bio is like a hands making a heart emoji, a cross emoji, um, a weightlifter emoji, an American flag emoji, and a South Korean flag emoji. So we know that he loves the Lord and the weights. He and he also loves love. It also links to his YouTube channel, which I did click on, and it only seems to have 2 videos. I can't help but feel that it was purged because he references regular video posting
Hmm.
in them.
Maybe he just figured it would be wiser to have as limited an online presence as possible.
Right. And even more intriguing is what these videos are. One is called Mukbang BYU Hawaii Dining Hall, and the other is a short, and it just shows him eating 2-foot-long subs with, he clarifies, no water. He's just like putting those subs away. And at one point, there's some text on screen that says, "Throat is crushing it, RN."
No, thank you. No, thank
So
you. So is that also mukbang?
I think so. Yeah, mukbang is like
Yeah.
this sort of genre, for those who aren't familiar, of eating like large quantities of food in front of a camera for an audience. It
Very
originated,
popular.
yeah, very popular, originated in South Korea. And it seems like he has heritage in South Korea based on the flag in his bio. So maybe there is um, some extra affinity there for that genre. I don't know, but
Also, clearly Mormon. BYU being in one of his videos feels like a real tell.
yeah, he was eating a lot of stuff at the BYU Hawaii dining hall, let me tell you.
I didn't even know BYU had a Hawaii campus.
Oh, it does. I actually have seen it referenced in a couple of these guys' educational histories, interestingly enough. He also popped up in this blog that he wrote for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints website. Tuning My Heart to Hear is the name of the
What
blog.
is he tuning his heart to hear?
He
The Lord?
Yes, he is tuning his heart to hear the Lord and to focus his connection, to focus himself more on his connection with God,
I
basically.
see.
So here's a little sample. It was suddenly clear to me that while it's good and even necessary to seek academic, recreational, or professional success in this life, when we fail to keep our eyes single to the glory of God, see Doctrine and Covenants 4:5, our heart can fall out of tune and we can struggle to feel the Spirit. That was how I really learned that the only place God should be is in first place,
Mm,
because by choosing to focus more on school and work, I had unknowingly distanced myself from the Spirit.
you can't
And
do
he
that.
You can't. And he goes on to say that since then he studies his gospel before he starts his homework. So that seems like a
Wow.
slightly different approach to the one that Taylor takes
Yeah.
to her faith, but like they do share that connection to the LDS church. And I think this was written in 2020. So a few years
Yeah,
back.
I think you also might see men who like used to have a closer relationship to the church and like Taylor and many of the Mormon wives have
Yeah.
maybe a more complicated relationship now, but I would assume that that shared history and cultural understanding will be helpful.
And not only that, he is clearly someone who, in some capacity, has been like an online content creator. Like, he's not just
Right.
posting pics of his friends. He's like, I'm sitting down to make content of me performing mass food consumption for my parasocial besties.
This
Like,
could be
that's
a
some,
good fit.
yes, that, like,
He
I'm
might
sure they
really
were,
get her.
I bet they were thrilled when they found this guy.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about Brad Ledford.
I wow.
I was not prepared for this one.
Same.
I mean, first impressions,
I mean, first impressions, the photo, I was like, Taylor will like this guy.
yeah.
That's what I'm getting. I look at him, I'm like, this man is handsome. He has a cowboy hat in his hand. Like he just looks straight up Taylor Frankie Paul's alley.
Yeah, and it's a very, like, well-composed shot, like, it's almost like a modeling shot. He has that really optimized sort of posture and framing against the big blue sky and the mountains behind him, and his one cowboy booted foot up on a bale of hay, and he's holding his Stetson in one hand, and
He
he's
looks
just
very tall. He has like a just like a nicely laying hair. Like I don't know.
a
He's like
thick
it's
crop
like
of hair.
yeah, yeah, like some nice volume happening.
Yeah. No, he looks like what he in fact is, which is a part-time cowboy influencer.
Sure. Of
It's not his
course.
only
Yes.
job, but he makes a ton of I'm a sexy cowboy content.
I see why. I can imagine it works for him.
Yeah. He's 29. He's from Asheville, North Carolina. My first reaction was farmer wants a wife ass mofo.
He
Because,
really, really looks like he could be on Farmer Wants a Wife.
yeah, but he is like an onion. Like the further I kept unpeeling things, and I had written so much, and then a big lore drop just, like, fell on top of my head, and I was like, "I can't believe that the inside of this onion is the scariest inside of an onion that I've ever seen on this show." So, first I looked at his Instagram, lots of the cowboy porn, like, he's in cowboy hats, he's posing on the farm, he's looking masculine and sexy on the farm, he's riding horses. He's doing, lots of also influencer content about being in his masculine so that he'll be able to let his future woman
Ah,
be in her feminine.
yes, yes,
Do you know
that's
that meme that's like, "I'm gonna" like, "how to be the kind of man who helps her like pink again," sort of thing, and it's
no, but I
oh my
don't
god,
think I'd like it.
I hate it. It's like, "Oh, no, I don't like pink because I have a job." Like, if only I had a really strong provider boyfriend so that I could like pink, but I can't
Like
because
pink and
I
leave the
work.
workforce.
So it's this whole like, it's clearly like the insinuation is like, you're gonna be the kind of man who lets her relax into her soft feminine
Yes.
so that
Here,
she
I
can
am
like
watching a
girly
video
stuff.
right now where it's like, we only get two options, boys. You can lose yourself chasing one night with her or
Mm,
build yourself pursuing a life with her. And he's just like,
hell yeah.
car, gym, flowers.
Carrying a bouquet of flowers.
Yeah.
He's always just randomly carrying bouquets of flowers, and I'm like, "Who are you carrying bouquets of flowers
His
to all the
future wife,
time?"
she might
She
be
could
in
be
his path
anywhere.
at any point.
Apparently, he just wrapped up 7 months of intentional celibacy and, like, not dating. So, are
This
these
guy is gonna kill on the
archival
show. This guy is going to do so well on this season. I can already tell. Like,
but
he's
I was like,
my personal nightmare, but he's gonna
seriously?
kill.
No, he is total bachelor bait, and he is really embodying, I would say, like, kind of one of the more appealing variations of the sort of gender norm, masculinity, femininity discourse right now, which is, like, it's not so Andrew Tate,
Yeah.
right? It's not like, "Keep those bitches in their place." Women should be grateful for everything we do for them. It's much more just like, I have to be the provider of safety, both physical and emotional, so that she can relax, knowing that I'm here to support her in her aspirations of being retired in her 20s to stay home and like pink. I'm like, it's not like good, but I can see that he is trying to
It
position it as something that, like, he is doing in service of his future wife as
yeah.
opposed to, like, "I'm gonna dominate
No,
her."
he's very much like, "Men, we need to fix ourselves so she doesn't have to ask you to."
Exactly. We're gonna fix ourselves to be that strong head of the
Yeah, and then
household who
he's like, "You
provides
fix
direction,
yourself by being a California cowboy, hitting the gym, reading the Bible, pumping
carrying
iron."
flowers.
Yeah.
Make sure to carry those flowers, dude. POV, you're 4 weeks out from helping her like the color pink again by carrying flowers at the gym. He's like, "How many weekends would you work in a row so that you could retire your future wife in her 20s? 1 year of weekends? 2 years? Think about the kind of man you wanna be, sport."
He also has, like, a canned tequila
Yes,
brand?
Avana. So he is the co-founder of Avana, which I think he founded in his early 20s. So he has been heading up this brand for quite a while. He's at what, 29 now? I mean,
Yeah.
5 5 or so years. His Instagram bio also says business, fitness, and a bit of cowboy in and the Bible passage, 1 Corinthians 16:13-14, which I've neglected to look up. Let me do that right now. Be on your guard, stand firm in the faith, be courageous, be strong, do everything in love. In some translations, it also includes a phrase like act like men.
Ah,
So,
cool. Did you notice that Jonathan Johnson, friend of the pod, has, done some, like, modeling work for this tequila brand?
no.
Yeah,
No.
December
Oh,
2024.
mm. Maybe that's, maybe he has some Bachelor connections that help bring him into the fold.
Yeah, I don't know, this is all really coming together. Like, I see why they
Yeah.
cast this man.
He's also followed by Cassie Randolph, I noticed. So you're so far so good. You're like, there's a lot here on this guy. Like, he's 29, he has this big tequila brand, he's a big cowboy influencer, he has 150,000 followers on Twitter. Let's just Google his name and see what comes up. Why am I seeing the name Madison Cawthorn so much?
This is insane.
Do you remember Madison Cawthorn?
I do. Right wing, very young politician.
Yes. He was a member of the U.S. House of Representatives for North Carolina's 11th congressional district from 2021 to 2023. He used a wheelchair after, as an older teenager, being in a horrible car crash. And it turns out that that was actually related to his downfall as a politician, because it turns out he had told a bunch of sort of exaggerations about the crash and its aftermath, but also about other parts of his life. He was also accused of like sexual misconduct.
Yeah, there was a lot.
There
And
was a
none of
lot
it
going
good.
on. Yeah. And where does Brad Ledford come into all of this? Well, he is friends with Madison Cawthorn. And in fact, he was the friend that was involved in the car crash that left Madison Cawthorn paralyzed, and that Madison Cawthorn claimed left him to die in that car crash.
You mean left him to die in a fiery tomb?
In a fiery tomb, yes. While Brad Ledford allegedly ran to safety deep in the woods, per a speech that he made in 2017. So what apparently happened is that Brad was driving them home from like a trip. He dozed off. He crashed the car into a concrete barricade.
Jesus.
Horrific. I think Madison Cawthorn had his feet up on the dashboard. So
Oh my God. Yeah.
that his legs really took the brunt of that collision. Then the car burst on fire. And what
I mean, truly horrifying stuff.
Nightmare fuel, right? And they were, I think, 17 and 18 at the time. And he said in this speech that his best friend, his brother, left him in a car to die in a fiery tomb while he ran to safety deep in the woods. Ledford has consistently maintained that what actually happened is that he reached over, punched out the window, crawled out of the car, and then dragged his best friend out of the car and saved his life.
That's different.
That's pretty different, right? And I mean, he's here. He didn't die in a burning car crash. So like it seems like the balance of evidence points to
Right. Somehow he did get out of the car.
Yeah, I think he said that a passing driver helped him also do this. But he has very consistently maintained that he by no means left Madison Cawthorn to die in a fiery tomb. What's crazier is that they have stayed very good friends.
I don't know that I could stay friends with someone who was going around town being like, he left me to die.
There was a bunch of coverage of this at the time. He talked to the Washington Post when they were researching these kind of inaccuracies, these seeming misleading statements, perhaps lies that were part of Madison Cawthorn's like public record about himself. And he told the Washington Post at the time, quote, "It hurt very badly that he would say something as false as that. That is not at all what happened." This contributed, obviously, to Madison Cawthorn completely falling from grace. He has not held an elected role since then.
He is, however, trying to launch a comeback campaign in Florida.
Of course he is. Well, I mean, he is such a Florida man at heart.
Yeah, inspired by Charlie Kirk, according to him.
And so at the time, Ledford basically talked about how hurtful it was that he wouldn't retract the comments publicly, and was like, in private, he'll be like, yeah, that was crazy that I said that, or something like that.
That's insane.
But like somehow he's not denying it publicly. But he's like, yeah, we worked through it. We're still friends. Like, I wish he would retract it publicly, but we're still friends. They do still follow each other on Instagram. I can imagine that the whole thing would be very hard on a friendship. They're apparently incredibly close.
And they went through this incredibly traumatic incident together.
And I think it's actually very understandable, even reasonable, if you're Madison Cawthorn, to blame your friend as the driver
Sure.
who fell asleep and cost you so much, right? And he's talked at length about, like, the grief of, like, not being able to be an athlete anymore and adventure and all these things that were really and also, like, to be looked at as a man and, like,
Ugh.
all of these things that were really central to his identity, and it's hard not to look at your friend and be like, "If you had not fallen asleep at the wheel, I would still have those things." And then it added on top of that, if you're Brad Ledford, you gotta be thinking, it's hard to stay friends with someone who went around town saying that I left him to die in a fiery wreck when I actually dragged him from the fiery wreck and saved his life. And yet they apparently
Wow.
have not let it destroy
That's
them.
that's male friendship right there.
Yeah. So that's, honestly deeply beautiful. Madison Cawthorn's politics are
Horrific.
abysmal, and it seems like Ledford is, without ever having been super explicit about his own politics, seems pretty aligned with him. So no big
Again,
surprise there.
not for me.
Mm,
He's not for me.
not for me.
I do think Taylor will like him.
Yeah.
We also know that he was spotted on a group date in Vegas, so he wasn't like sent home night one.
Yeah. So there's that. I can't say that I'm shocked. He seems
No,
like he's in it for the
I'm
long run.
really curious whether this story will come up on the season
I feel like
because
it yeah.
yeah, I feel like it's almost likely that it will, just also given the way that Taylor in that interview with Jesse Palmer, she said like I have this really,
Mhm.
intense past that isn't always pretty and it's not a secret. And they were kind of talking about how because she's been so open to sharing that it's allowed some of the men to like share their own pasts.
Yeah,
So
and I mean, this
this
is the
might be
kind
part
of
of it.
thing that the show loves. It's just usually not a tragic accident that involved a very famous and
Right.
controversial and noxious political figure
Who then
of recent memory.
allegedly lied about this incident
Right.
publicly. I
Like,
mean,
it's
it's
not
kind of
even that he
wild.
was, like, associated with this person or is friends with him. Their friendship has made national news headlines. And, like, the complexities and the fallout and the lies told about this friendship. So, if they really I think what I would expect is that he would talk about it without being specific, and you would have to be like, "Oh, wow, the person he's
Yeah.
talking about is
Is Madison Cawthorn.
former Republican Congressman Madison Cawthorn." Yeah, we'll see. But he does seem like Taylor's type, and he is an influencer, and we know
I
that,
mean, yeah,
again.
I see why he was cast. On that note, we're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, we will get into some of Taylor's other suitors.
And we're back. So now that we've had a little bit of a mental break from taking in the whole Brad Ledford, Madison Cawthorn situation, let's talk about Brandon Pierce. Percy? Pierce?
Who can say?
Usually we don't have to pronounce this many last names, so I'm so sorry to anyone.
Brandon P.
Brandon P. He is 28. He is from West Allis, Wisconsin. His picture is like the main thing that I think we have about him. He played football at Bowling Green. He works as a loan officer. Nothing too exciting. He's kind of photographed in front of a city street or something, and he's wearing like a long sleeve tee under a brown like puffer vest or quilted vest. And he has a little scruffy beard. It's kind of like a
He's giving like Nashville core a little bit to me.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I could also see him in like an autumn-themed Hallmark movie.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
He's
like
working at that apple orchard.
he turns around, he makes eye contact with the heroine for the first time as he squints into the sun. Like, I could see it. He reminds me like a little bit of someone, but I'm like, who is it? Is it Chase Crawford?
I see
I
what
don't
you
know.
mean. Like
But like,
very, very,
no.
very budget Chase Crawford.
Not even Temu, Chase Crawford. Um, yeah, he was also spotted on that group date in Vegas, so I guess we will see.
We'll see more of him.
We'll see more of
But
him.
that's about all we have now. Should we move on to Casey Hucks?
Let's do it. Casey Hucks is 30. He is from Midlothian, Virginia.
Yeah, I was like, where is that? That is a town in Virginia I have not heard of. I think it's Southern Virginia. It's like outside Richmond.
Okay. So a little spoiler alert here, just jump ahead 10 seconds or so if you don't want to hear this. He was photographed getting like one-on-one time with her after that like Chippendales group date in Vegas that there have been some leaks about. So clearly she likes him. Notably, he is her exact type of Mormon-looking scruffy-faced white boy. Like put him in a lineup next to Tate, Paul, and Dakota, and I think
Oh,
that you'll
yeah.
see.
Yeah, he's giving more Tate to me
Yeah.
than Dakota.
But Tate and Dakota are also just like, they're a type. They are the same type of guy. And you got to cast some guys like that because it's clear that Taylor loves that type of guy. But he is not, from what we know, a Mormon. He's not from Utah. His Instagram bio says that he is now in Music City, Tennessee. Is that a way of saying Nashville or is that an actual city?
It's Nashville.
Yeah. He also says in his Instagram bio that he is a mechanical engineer, MBA, photo, emoji, water, weights, and Wranglers. Does he take photos of those things?
I
Maybe.
guess.
Print 3D Nashville. This is an Etsy shop where he 3D prints Croc spurs, like spurs to go on your Crocs.
Oh,
And
there are spurs for Crocs?
I mean, there are if you go to Casey Hux's Etsy store. There's like one set of those, and then there are like 6 pieces of Nashville kitsch wall art.
I did just Google spurs for Crocs, and I'm alarmed.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's like, what if you took...
I hate it so much. Wow.
I mean, it kind of makes sense because Crocs are... Like, people are big into customizing Crocs right now.
Also,
The little
Taylor
and...
loves like an ugly shoe. She loves to like be like, I'm just gonna put on my Crocs. I don't care. What if his entrance is him like bringing her some spurs for her Crocs? I feel like she'd love that.
If it's not that, huge missed opportunity.
Agree.
Or better that than one of these like Nashville wall art 3D printed things where it just says like Nashville in funky letters with the skyline. I don't think
she'd have as much use for that.
And he also, specifically, he's an engineer at like a smokeless tobacco company.
Mm.
So that's Casey. He seems like with the ability to make Crocs accessories and that scruffy facial hair, seems like he could be everything that Taylor's looking for.
Next up, Chris Braden. He is 34 from Goleta, California. He is the CEO and co-founder of Sequoia Defense, an aerospace and defense systems distributor. I was like,
is he an arms dealer? Like, is this arms stealing? Yeah. It's defense stealing, okay? And his bio on the Sequoia Defense site says, before entering the aerospace and defense industry, Chris traveled the world as a professional triathlete, developing the discipline and focus that now define his career. With a decade of aerospace experience, Chris partners with OEMs to expand their domestic and international business, particularly in sales to U.S. and international militaries. A firm believer in the power of relationships, Chris is passionate about building meaningful connections for success in both business and life.
You know who I think is all about building meaningful connections?
Taylor Frankie Paul?
Yeah, the Bachelor franchise.
The Bachelor franchise. Literally, this line is in there to just be like, Chris isn't just an arms dealer. He also will go on your dating show.
Yeah.
What is an OEM? I feel like I should know this. Original equipment manufacturer. I shouldn't know that.
Yeah,
there's no reason for me to know that.
You thought it was going to be like NGO.
You never know. Yeah, so this is like a really high level version of like a classic Bachelor guy who is a former professional athlete of little renown, but great accomplishment, who has transitioned that drive and determination into a business career. And now he's taking that same drive and determination and athletic prowess to find the love of his life by going on The Bachelorette.
He also has that good like square jaw and a little bit of scruff.
Yeah. And Sequoia Defense was only founded like less than a year ago, I think. I think I wasn't sure if I had heard of it before, but I
No,
think it's
you've probably
because
heard of Sequoia Capital.
I was thinking of Sequoia
Yeah.
Capital is why. And this seems to be a
I'm sure
different
that that's
organization
why it's good
entirely.
branding, to be honest,
Yeah.
because it sounds, like, fancy and important.
Yeah, that's like they have a strong history in the international business space. So let's talk about Christopher Wood. He is 35. He's from Rowlett, Texas, and his Instagram reveals that he is a fitness motivator. Motivator.
Is that like a coach slash
I
influencer?
It's like all he does is just like motivate you. He's like, "Listen,
Cool, cool, cool. He's a life coach for fitness.
I assume that, like, he's trying to elevate his branding away from just, like, everyone's, like, a fitness coach now or, like, a trainer. There are a
Yeah, he's like,
million
"No,
he's
no,
like,
no, I'm a motivator."
"You know what people really struggle with fitness? Motivation. I'm the one who's gonna level that up for them."
I see he has a YouTube channel.
Yeah, his Instagram is 100 Ways to Live. That's kind of his business brand. His bio says, "I help people reach their full potential." Like arms flexing emoji, fitness motivator, 10 years plus years of experience.
Only 15 videos and, like, 180 subscribers on this YouTube channel, but, he's building,
You gotta build. You've gotta build.
and he's got the motivation to do that.
And I'm looking at this photo. He certainly has the motivation to create some very thick arms that are straining the limits of this pretty drapey knit that he's
A
wearing.
nice knit. It's a
It's a
good
nice
knit.
knit. Yeah. He's got a very full white toothed smile and a beard. And would I trust him to help me reach my full potential in the fitness arena? Yeah,
Sure.
based on those
Yeah.
biceps, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. This is a man you can trust. Just look at him. He also was, spoiler alert, spotted on a group date in Vegas.
Yeah, it's like most of them. It
Yeah.
feels like they were all there. I want to say that like all of these men, almost all of them, were photographed either in front of like Homer Simpson hedges that they appear to be backing into, or like ferns, like little sparse ferns behind them. Who sent out this memo that's like you have to stand in front of something green to be on this show?
Yeah, and half of these just look like this was my default, like, Facebook profile photo 10 years ago kind of vibes.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of them in front of trees, though. I'm scrolling through and I'm like, yep, they're like, I found a tree to stand in front of. I found a hedge. I found a tree. One person stands in front of a gray brick wall. That's daring. But we have to talk about this next guy because
Oh my
he
god.
was the other person where the lore drop took me off guard because I do not dabble in this particular arena of celebrity gossip. His name is Clayton Johnson. He is 36 and he is from Nashville, Tennessee. First impressions were not good because what is this photo? If you haven't seen it, go find it. They released the men's photos. He's like staring straight at you with his arms just dangling loosely
He
down.
needed some, like, posing help.
Okay, this man works as a model. Like, how does he
Yeah,
not
that's
know what
bad.
he's doing?
Also, if you look at his Instagram, like, he does know how to pose. So
He
what's
does.
he doing here?
Because I was like, oh my God, this guy's cute. He must be like a diamond in the rough. Like, what a cute guy who works as like a forensic accountant or something.
And then you're
Nope.
like,
He is
no.
a country music singer and model. He fully knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's over 40,000 Instagram followers.
Is he trying to pretend that he doesn't know he's hot to like seem in a way more appealing by being wholesome?
He's like, I'm relatable.
So he came to prominence, I guess, or like built his career as part of a country band with his brothers, the Johnson brothers. He's been in some other bands. He also has a solo career. And so I was looking at his music on his Instagram and I was like, oh, so we just got like a classic musician who wants screen time to promote his career. He's like pretty successful, but he hasn't fully broken through. He's got 84.3 thousand YouTube subscribers, 43.6 thousand on Instagram. He's got 69,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. So he's like, he's he's getting by, but he's not like a huge celebrity yet,
Sure.
right? And I checked out this music video clip for one of his new songs on his Instagram. Did you check out any of his music?
I didn't. Please tell me about it.
So this latest single he's been promoting is called My Girl Drinks Beer.
That sounds like an SNL sketch.
Well, you know what's funny is this is not the only country song about a girl who drinks beer. And so I was trying to Google the lyrics and I kept being shown the lyrics to a different country song called Girl Drinks Beer.
You're like, no, 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 no.
No, it's
My girl.
My Girl Drinks Beer. The lyrics I can't find, so I had to do some transcription. It's something about how there ain't no champagne here because my girl drinks beer.
I see
She
the
also
rhyming.
she also knows how to whip a John Deere,
Mm.
and she ain't scared to kick up dirt. Barbecue on her shirt.
So this is just about a cool girl, a
Yeah,
cool,
she's
chill
got
girl.
chunks of pulled pork on that shirt, and she doesn't even care because her beat up boots are in the back of that old pickup truck, and she's drinking beer. And I was like, I don't even know how to feel because this used to be such a noxious, like, cool girl archetype that was held up by sort of conservative coded men as like, you have to like look hot and effortlessly sexy, but also drink beer and eat burgers all the time and like shoot pool with the boys and like basically do all the boys stuff because that's valuable stuff, right? Not like girl stuff. Girl stuff is embarrassing and silly. And that's changed now. Now all the conservative bros are like, you have to like pink again. Please
And you're
start
like,
liking
don't tell me what to do. I love beer.
I'm like, I don't know whether I want to
Yeah.
like beer or not like beer to spite to spite you guys. Can you just pick one thing that you want me to be?
What
He's
if I
like,
like pink and beer and still hate all of these men?
oh man, I feel like that would really make them so
No, they
sad.
would just be like, you are invisible. You're not hot. So,
They'd
like,
be
you're
like,
not relevant to
this is
me.
the reason for the male loneliness crisis. It's because women I would never consider dating anyway have the audacity to not want to date me, even though they like beer and pink. Why aren't they marrying me, even though I wouldn't want to? He keeps sharing this video clip with the text on the screen, like, send this to the girl that can shotgun a beer faster than you, or like, tag the girl who can drive stick, drinks beer, and knows more about
Yeah, no, I'm
football than you.
obsessed with his Instagram.
I'm like, dude, Clayton, they've moved on. Like, we're doing pink and high heels again for girls, okay? This is so 5 years ago.
God, these clips of him are so cringe.
I know. I always find myself imagining what it looks like to watch this being filmed.
Same. That's exactly what I was thinking.
So anyway, so far so good. I was like, I'm learning so much about this guy Clayton. And then the lore drop that I did not expect. Why am I seeing so many mentions of Lana Del Rey?
Huh.
Apparently, they were allegedly engaged.
Together for less than a year, but engaged. I mean, Lana Del Rey does have like a wild dating history. And she
And
does like a country boy.
yeah, I think this was like around the pandemic when they split. The pressures of the lockdowns and pandemic life were kind of cited in some of the news write-ups as contributing to the breakup. So it was around like 2020 to 2021. And through the People article about their relationship, I also learned that he plays a sports reporter in DNCE's Cake by the Ocean music video. So
Oh, yes, he
he's like out
does.
there. He was engaged to Lana
I
Del
know.
Rey.
In mid-October, he posted like a whole video of like a 10-year ode to that music video.
Oh, yeah, I think I saw that, but I did not understand why it was on his Instagram at the time because I was just casually scrolling this man's Instagram, not realizing who I was dealing with. I think that from what I've read, he and Lana Del Rey have still collaborated a little bit. Like it seems like they are amicable. She's like now married to a really fascinating person. Like, isn't he like
out.
like swamp tour guide or
Yeah.
something. Again, see, the reason I didn't know about this man is that I don't follow Lana Del Rey gossip.
Neither do I.
But I'm pretty sure he
Yeah, he's like a
works in the swamp tour
he
field.
does.
Okay. Yeah, so he's part of a proud tradition. And I'm very fascinated to see if this will come up. Lana Del Rey has been on a Mormon Wives episode.
I know.
She's a
That's
big
what I was
fan.
thinking of. I was like, this is real synergy.
I was kind of like, did Lana Del Rey hook him up? Was she like,
Maybe.
Taylor, that's my girl. I love her. I love the show.
Go
My
on.
ex is like the best guy. Like, let's get him on the show.
I'm like, are we going to see Lana Del Rey show up on this season of Bachelorette? Would be incredible stuff. I don't know.
Maybe.
But
Well,
that is Clayton. So
yeah.
I hope this comes up on the show.
I kind of started to feel at this point, I was like, the rate of insane lore drops is thick and fast. Have they been putting extra effort into finding people with celeb adjacent histories?
If so, then I approve.
I approve. I'm like, this is so much more fun than being like, and he works for Salesforce, I think, and there's nothing on his Instagram. But let's move on to some more of those dudes. So we've got Conrad Ukropina, who is 32. He is from Pasadena, California. Emma, I'm dying to know if you had the same initial reaction that I did, which is the Bonrads of Bachelor Nation are going to lose their goddamn minds. This is Conrad Fisher.
No.
He is Conrad Fisher, aged up 10 years, and he is on SSRIs.
I understand what you're saying. The eyes, I see it.
It's not just the eyes. It's the floppy hair. It's the mouth. It's the face shape.
The nose is losing me. The nose.
I think you're focusing too much on the nose.
I don't know.
This man is his name is Conrad. He looks like Conrad.
That.
He went to Stanford and now he works in the medical field. And you're telling me because his nose is a little off center that there's no Conrad Fisher to be found here?
See a bit. He's very preppy. If you look at his Instagram bio photo, I'm just like, the vibes are so different.
Emma, I disagree.
I respect your opinion.
I think that, like, obviously this isn't literally Conrad.
No, I
but
mean,
like,
I'm aware.
The resemblance to Conrad and the name and the history, it's the resemblance is so strong that it's odd. Like, if you were like, I'm going to go out into the world and find someone who is as much like Conrad Fisher as possible.
I see his vibe. I got to see his vibe because I'm not getting it from these two photos, but like, I see a bit of what you're talking about.
I know that it's confusing. It's because he's smiling. We've never seen Conrad Fisher smile.
No.
Not
the hair,
once.
The vibes are different.
The hair is not different. It's just styled slightly differently.
It's the severe side part is throwing me. I see it a little bit, but that's not my initial reaction to this man. But I love it for the Bonrads. I'm not a Bonrad fan, so
listen, I'm not either. For more on that, you can check out the Summer I Turned Pretty content on Rich Text. But nevertheless, that is what I see, and it's hard. Yes, because of the nose, because he's smiling. But maybe after 10 years, Conrad Fisher would get on some good, like, Prozac or something.
I think that would be great
and
for
he
him.
would smile again. He went to Stanford for not only his BS, but his MBA and his MS.
Very accomplished.
He was a place kicker and punter at Stanford. And he had a brief NFL career on several practice squads.
Well, that is prime Bachelor material.
They should be recruiting more of the, like,
from practice squads.
Yeah. They're like, come on, you're on the practice squad.
Yeah,
like, we all know
spot.
where this is headed. No, but he hasn't done that for a few years. He moved on to become a McKinsey consultant, and then he founded LifeSpark, a male fertility company. The website is covered with scary graphics about how men contribute to 50% of infertility cases, and sperm counts are declining globally by
Oh
1.4%
my
every
god, this
year.
is giving shades of Evan Bass.
It's like Evan Bass, but with more like Silicon Valley coded, like
He's like, I'm
panic.
hacking the male infertility industry.
Right. And like the sort of conservative coded panic about sperm counts. It's just like, what are we doing to save the men's sperm counts?
That's
They're
why we need
falling.
more Elon Musks and Nick Cannons. I think we can
Right.
all agree.
We're headed to a children of men scenario unless I personally have 12 children right now. And I was like, I feel like this is the business that Conrad and Jeremiah would go in to get to together. Like one to bring the business, one to bring the medical knowledge. And I think that is something that they would be interested in because they are so interested in family, specifically starting a family with Belly. Something to think about. He was spotted on the group date in Vegas as well, one of many. But maybe Taylor Frankie Paul
It
is
just
a
means
Bonrad.
Taylor Frankie Paul doesn't hate this guy. Like, we're going to have
Much.
time to get to know him.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about Dave Piggott. He is 44. He is from Thornton, Colorado.
He's our oldest cast member.
Yeah. And I'm still annoyed that they picked a 44-year-old lawyer who ran for the Colorado House of Representatives in 2012 as a Republican.
I mean, classic.
Did she need to date a 44-year-old Republican lawyer?
Here's the thing. I don't think she will be. Like, this guy
No.
is not giving any indications to me that he is going to kill it on the season.
He's a lawyer who works in Colorado and New York. And he's going to start practicing in Utah at the ripe old age of 45.
Yeah, I don't see it.
I will say, fun fact, he lost that Colorado House of Representatives campaign. He lost to a Democrat, Diane Primavera, who is now the lieutenant governor of Colorado.
I love that.
Thanks for paving the way, Dave.
Doug Mason, he is 28. He's from Haley, Idaho. And his Instagram is toned bone.
I don't know if it needs to be toned, Doug. No one's looking for tone.
Is he like toning and boning, or is he like toning the bone?
Or is he toned to the bone like your full skeleton, like not that bone that I'm being so crass about right now? What does it mean?
Maybe we'll find out on the show. His Instagram bio, SD, like a coral emoji.
Yeah. Lettuce.
A lettuce or like kale emoji, a grape emoji, and a cross emoji. So he loves the Lord and kale. And
we got a lot of Lord lovers. A lot of Lord lovers in this bunch. Yeah, and he loves coral.
He loves coral and he
grapes?
models.
What are the grapes for? I'm like, are those literally just his favorite foods? Like, what are we?
Or
what
is
are
he
we
just
doing
like
here?
health?
Grapes. Does he love wine? I don't know. Yeah, he's a model. And I think that this photo is really good catalog work, right? He's wearing like the bright blue sweater and he's just giving you like a real winning smile right into the camera. But, with a slightly off-kilter posture, unlike our guy, Clayton.
He's handsome.
Very handsome. He is a model.
He's very handsome.
Lantern
His
jaw.
Instagram bio photo is like, I'm like a little, like my breath is taken away a little bit. He's gorgeous.
This is like maybe the best photo of the bunch because it also has a somewhat different background than the other ones. It's like the porch of a house or something. And it just
He looks
like
relaxed.
it's like a really good catalog photo. You're just like, that looks like a cool guy relaxing at his home. And I wish I were there with him.
Look at those bones. They're so toned.
Where could I buy that blue crew neck? Such a great shade of royal blue. And I think he does have that Taylor Frankie Paul look as well.
For
He's
sure.
got the scruff, the square jaw.
She's going to like him. He's another one of many who was spotted on that group date in Vegas.
Then we have Joe Chiraulo, I think. He's 27. He's from Syosset, New York.
Ah, Long Island guy.
Yeah, just down the road from Greg's hometown. And so I was like, do you know him? And Greg does not know him. He was like, no, we're
He
not friends.
Yeah.
But more importantly, let's talk about this photo. What is going on with this photo?
It's very grainy.
It's so grainy. Was it like scanned from a local beach hunks charity calendar?
Or was it like taken on film?
Was it taken? Ooh, bad film. It's just like 90s. Like,
yeah, like did someone have a disposable camera?
it also looks like it could be in a leaflet recruiting Christian missionaries. Like he's on a beach in like gauzy white clothes, and he has a shark tooth necklace on.
Yeah, the necklace
What
is upsetting.
is
I
this?
don't like it.
I wouldn't go with this photo personally. And his bio says, I ain't here on business, baby. I'm only here for fun. Talking ball and betting on CBS Sports and VSIN Live. So basically, from what I gather, he goes on these like streaming sports betting channels and talks about like sports bets that
No.
he's making.
I don't like this man.
I'm like, absolutely not.
The shark tooth, the Long Island of it all, the
his job talking about sports betting, an industry that I think is absolutely deeply eroding our entire culture.
Yeah, it's not.
Like, I think that legalized sports betting is one of the worst things that has happened to young men in America in a long time. But I saw a video of him with his dog, like basically on one of these chalk shows remote from his home. He's holding his dog and he's saying what his like dog's picks are for some sort of, bets on a certain sport league. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I was like,
look, this guy can go home. I'm good. I've seen enough already.
But, he is in content creation and he can talk about sports betting from anywhere. Can he talk about it from Utah? It actually seems like one of the few states that might have reason not to because it's so Mormon. Maybe it's still illegal there.
Okay, he made a video of himself. Meet the men with Shark Tooth Joe.
Okay. So it's branding. He's leaning into it.
I'm like, did he get cut? Because why is he...
He might have gotten
Yeah.
cut.
I mean, can't say I'd be surprised.
He's been cut from my heart. All right. Should we move on from Shark Tooth Joe?
We gotta. Johnny LaRosa, 30 years old from Massapequa, New York.
Long Island coming out.
Another Long Island guy. His Instagram bio, University of Hartford alum, former Milwaukee Brewer organization, Long Island, co-founder of OBSL, One Bounce Stickball League. Sick.
Yeah, I looked it up and like the clips make it look just sort of like baseball. I don't know. But
more
it's stickball.
sticky.
More sticky. It's more of a stick rather than a bat.
And there are cash prizes according to the Instagram account.
Hey, founding a league is no small task. He just seems like a classic Bachelorette type here. He's a former minor league baseball player. He does kind of have that Taylor Frankie Paul look.
I was
got a lot
say,
of these scruffy dudes. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see her being into it.
For sure. We're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we will get into the rest of these men.
And we are back. Let's talk about Josh Harward, 28 from Provo, Utah. Hey.
Got a Utah.
Provo, Utah. He is a sales and relationship manager per his LinkedIn. He graduated from Utah Valley U in 2022, and he lists volunteering for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints on his LinkedIn as well. So,
Yeah, presumably that was his mission. It was
Yes,
a
I would
2-year-long
assume.
stint, and then he started college right after that, so
Yeah, that would be his mission, but he's Mormon. They'll have some things to talk about, and he's from Provo. That would be very, like, geographically easy.
yeah. To me, this seems like this is a guy that they cast very specifically because he hits those points, and I would be surprised if he brings any of the other things to the table that she's looking for,
That's
like
the thing.
social media savvy and like that, like big personality. Like, I feel like she's probably met all the guys like that from
I
Provo.
also feel like, in a way, she's almost more likely to end up with a non-Mormon because I think she's soured a little bit on the pool of Mormon men in Utah. Like, she clearly wants someone who cares about faith in some capacity, who understands her culture. But after
Yeah,
watching this last season, I'm like, I can see her wanting to, like, branch out a little bit.
yeah. And I don't know if this is the direction she's going to branch out in. Um, because he would be a change of pace. Like, he seems like a much more um kind of dull type. He's not like a Dakota who's going to be,
I feel
you
like
know,
Taylor does not like dull.
no, I think that she, unfortunately for her, is drawn to the toxicity. And there are ways to kind of capture that feeling with someone who is less toxic, but he seems much more in like the solid, reliable, like good Mormon boy that maybe isn't what she's going to be drawn to. His Instagram bio is just Joshua 1:9, which is the verse, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." So, yes, it seems like he is still putting that
Very
faith front and
practicing.
center.
Okay.
And then it's a link to the company where he works, which is like an app that lets you directly connect with roofers. It's
I,
specifically for roofing. It's
people
like
need
Angie's List,
roofs.
but for roofs.
People need roofs.
They literally do. They quite
They
literally
just
need roofs over
do.
their head. So again, seems solid, but not necessarily someone who's maybe going to have the oomph to go far. Kevin Montero is 32. He is from Miami, Florida. His Instagram bio is PT/human, arm flexing emoji,
Head massage
head massage
emoji.
emoji, and what's the clapperboard emoji and
Dancing man
dancing.
emoji.
Yeah, he appears to be a sort of, he identifies as like a physical therapist slash actor.
Men
Um,
contain multitudes, Claire.
they yeah, they absolutely do. And he has a private practice as a doctor of physical therapy called Miami Fitness Project. And he has a backstage profile, but I couldn't find much in terms of like credits. So I don't know if
Well,
that has
he
ever
couldn't, yeah,
been.
maybe he wasn't booking a lot of roles and he was like, know what role I can maybe book? Reality TV.
Yeah. This is,
Let's go.
that's how it used to be back when they were casting Alex Michelle's season. They were like, let's find all those aspiring actresses and pretend that that's not what they do. Lou Evans is 32. He is from Salt Lake City, Utah.
I noticed that Miranda from Secret Lives follows him on Instagram.
I mean, it's a small world. And
Yeah.
as
So I
we
was
get
like, I
in,
wonder if that's going to come up. I wonder if Taylor's like met him.
yeah, good question. He was hard to Google also because I would Google like Lou Evans Mormon and like church elders would come up. Because, like there are just like certain family names that get passed down. And so I get the sense that this is not an uncommon name in Salt Lake City. Um, Per LinkedIn, he works in business development and marketing, and he describes himself this way, quote, "Former athlete that has the determination to get things done and on time. Being a college athlete has taught me a lot and has made me a better person. I have brought that with me into the business world."
College athlete, check. Business
Check.
career, check.
And getting things done and on
And
time.
on time, not getting things done on time.
There, at least one thing needs to change about that sentence for it to work.
I have some edits. He didn't ask for our help.
further down in his LinkedIn, he wrote that he was a part of a college athletics program. And I was like, no, you are not a part of that program. You are, in fact, part of it. But he played basketball with several programs, actually, Utah State, Tulsa, and Tennessee as part of his basketball career. And
So I
yes,
assume
now
he's very tall.
he also looks tall. Like, he has
He
that kind of
does.
tall guy posture, and, like, I feel like he's looming over me in this picture, even though I can only see him from, like, the lower chest up.
Per the Getty images of him playing basketball, he looks very tall.
I bet we could find his height stats because those are often listed.
Oh, yeah, you're correct.
6'7".
Okay, I knew he looked really tall to me.
Yeah, that is tall. That's a tall boy right there. He was a wait, now I'm seeing elsewhere that he's 6'9". Come on, athletic sites, get your numbers in
Okay,
order.
well, all we know is he's very tall. Like, if you're above 6'5", you're a
That
giant to
is
me.
so tall. No, 6'7" seems like the most commonly cited, and he was a power forward. So, yeah, he's gonna have a quite intimidating physicality. And, maybe that's what Taylor Frankie Paul is looking for. Just like maybe she's like, I need something different, like a really tall guy.
I think he's the same height as Dotton,
Oh,
who won
that is,
charity
yeah,
season.
it's a tall
That's very
man.
tall. It's a very tall man.
Yeah.
6'7", very tall.
He has the facial scruff. Did they all grow the facial scruff because they heard that Taylor Frankie Paul was into that sort of thing?
I feel like
Or did they
a lot of men just simply have already gone that route.
is that's what's in the water? All right, let's talk about Malik Evans, who is 30, and he is from Brooklyn, New York.
Woo! Brooklyn.
His Instagram bio is Q Salam with the orange emoji, so he went to Syracuse. Growth marketer at Meta. Don't try to make Meta grow. That's not what we need right now. And then his frat,
Delta Beta.
Delta Beta Noops. And yes, he's at NYC, and he is a strategic business growth advisor at Meta, which I do not support, but he is very cute.
He's very cute, and he's from Brooklyn.
And he's from
so I
Brooklyn,
simply have to
so
stan.
on balance, I'm like, sure, I'll root for you for now. Get a different job.
Next up, Marcus Richardson, also very cute, but I could find almost nothing about him. He's 28. He's from Elmont, New York. He has 0 Instagram bio. His LinkedIn is blank. The only thing it includes is his time at Purchase College. He graduated in 2021, and he played college basketball.
Yeah, I think it's a D3 program. And yeah, that's like literally all we could find. I did find a lot on another Marcus Richardson who's married to Abby
Several
Phillip.
others. There
And
are
then
a
I was
few.
like, I'm pretty sure that no one who's married to Abby Phillip is going to be on this show.
No.
CNN's own Abby Phillip. So no, we struck out a little
The problem
bit.
is Marcus Richardson, not an uncommon name.
Yeah, we had that problem with a few of these guys, but this one in particular was tough. Next we have Matt Carroll, who is 43. He's from Carmel, Indiana.
Do you feel an affinity?
So this is the funny thing. He played college basketball at Purdue, and I probably watched him play because this is when I was in high school.
Oh, yeah. I think it was between 2001 and 2006 that he played.
And I was watching a lot of Notre Dame basketball at the time. Notre Dame always played Purdue.
That's so funny.
I was like, I definitely watched him play. There was actually a player called Matt Carroll on Notre Dame who was a big star at Notre Dame, but this is a different guy, which is confusing to me.
There can only be one.
One Indiana-based college basketball player from 2002 to 2006. But yes, I don't recognize him. I'm just sure that I must have seen him play at some point. He also now is an industrial real estate guy and senior director of the brokerage at the ALO Property Group specifically.
He's also a podcaster. One of us.
Get out of here. I missed this. He's a podcaster.
He co-hosts a podcast about stories of successful leaders in indie.
Wow.
So would
That's
that include you? Are you
I'm not
are a successful leader who did live in Indy?
I didn't because, I think India means Indianapolis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it actually I
Right.
typically you don't use that to refer to the state as much as the city. Um,
So I wonder if he lives in Indianapolis now.
Carmel is like a suburb, basically.
Okay.
It's like a really wealthy, town near like, whenever we did state competitions, the high school teams from Carmel were always at the top because they were extremely well funded. Like, it was the rich school
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
district.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so he probably works in Indianapolis, and does this podcast. This is the kind of podcast that, like, I don't care how local or not local it is, I will never listen to a podcast about successful leaders of any
I
kind,
would never.
but a
I
lot
would
of people
never,
do.
but I support local podcasting
I
as an art
I don't
form,
know.
you know?
Do I support local middle-aged white men podcasting about business? I
Success.
actually don't know if I do.
Actually, yeah.
This is the kind of
No.
podcast I'm like, "Get out of here."
Yeah.
But
You're
he is
so
on the
right.
board. He loves the arts. He's on the board of the Aurora
And I
Photo
do like
Center.
that. I do
Yeah.
like that. It's like a local gallery art space focused on photography. It looks
Yeah.
cute.
This is like such an old school type of guy. He's like, "I'm gonna be a rich businessman, and I'm gonna be on the board and support the
I know.
arts."
I'm certain we will see nothing of him.
Yeah. He is old school and he is also old. He is 43. He is like the second oldest of Taylor Frankie Paul's dudes.
How
And
old is Taylor Frankie Paul? 30 or
31.
31.
I mean, that's 12 years. That's
Yeah,
a lot.
it's a sizable age gap.
Yeah. Let's talk about Michael Baba.
Oh, wow. Yeah. He is 37. He's from Lake Forest, California. His Instagram bio: energetic and physical chiropractor, Mission Valley, San Diego, helping you live free. And then a link to his like integrative holistic health practice called Intuitive Integrative Health.
Mm.
I need to read aloud an excerpt of the lengthy philosophy listed of this holistic health practice. There is a universal healing energy that resides in every cell and atom of existence. When we learn to connect with and allow this potential energy to move through us, healing on all levels can occur: physically, mentally, emotionally, and energetically. This energy is a force of creation. When we remain open and allow it to flow through us with grace, we can fully assimilate and embody its power. We are constantly interacting with countless forces: gravity, electromagnetic waves, the motion of a car.
You need to pull it together because it just keeps getting funnier.
The warmth of a
The warmth of a compliment.
or the embrace of a good hug.
Mm.
These are all the same.
The hug of a
Gravity,
hug. The embrace of an
hug.
embrace.
These forces move through us every moment. But how do we receive them?
We don't. What are you talking about?
The motion of a car, electromagnetic waves.
I'm just going to really think about how to receive electromagnetic waves on a cellular level. If I just kind of open
can't.
up my cells, then healing will come out of them and into my other cells.
But then you're like, what does this guy actually do? And it's like, chiropractor.
I mean, to be fair, and I know that many people, including yourself, find a lot of
I have
help
gone
through
to
chiropractic.
I have gone to a chiropractor in the
But
past.
originally, it is kind of about ghosts that are in your spine, from what I can tell. It's like a pretty woo-woo origin story.
Yes,
So-
it's not. I'm not like fully surprised to see chiropractic with all of this stuff, but like
This is a lot even for that.
yeah, I'll just say I've been to a couple chiropractors. I've never been
Heard
told
of-
about electromagnetic waves and the warmth of a compliment.
Yeah.
And the energy I need to receive. It's mostly just like, are you having pain? Here are some like physical therapy exercises you might want to do. I'll adjust you in a few places and like do like a nice like massager to get your, you know, everything in
Have
alignment.
they
Like,
considered that your cells might be fully assimilating and embodying the power of the force of creation
I,
better if you also received the warmth of a compliment during this session?
yeah, I think I'm gonna, next time I decide to seek chiropractic treatment, I'll let them know.
Yeah, because that energy is a force of creation, and that could just be, like, healing you from the inside out. I don't think this
Also,
guy is
I
on board with the idea of entropy. He's like, "If you just relax, everything will heal and fix itself. It will not tend towards
also
chaos."
I need to tell you that that's only like half of the philosophy
Jesus
mission
Christ.
statement.
It can't get worse than that. That is concerning. I would never receive healthcare treatment from someone
Certainly
who told
not.
me this.
Don't worry, Claire. He will support you in restoring this natural adaptability, according to him. He will create
Mm.
space for healing forces to move freely through you.
How is he gonna create space in me? I don't like the
Don't worry
sound of
about
that.
it. Do
Don't
not worry about it.
Okay, well, chiropractors have done well on the show in the past, notably Dr. Brian Abasolo, although he turned out to be an enemy in disguise. He did win Rachel Lindsay's season, so could be one to watch. Mike Turito is next. Turito. He is 36. He's from Lavalette, New Jersey. He has no Instagram. He is a lawyer, but he doesn't like really give lawyer in this picture. It's
No.
very hoodie, athleisure.
This
A lot
is
of the
the
the guys,
off-duty
the
look.
professionals are wearing like a blazer and a button down, not this guy.
No, this is his off-duty. This is his off-duty Luke. But he is a lawyer.
He's like, this is the Viore fitness wear that I throw on to go
Exactly.
play ball with the boys in my rec league.
He also is featured on a handful of New Jersey's Are We Dating the Same Guy Facebook groups.
Oh
So
boy.
not a great sign. I in the TikTok about this that I found, there wasn't anything like smoking gun, like, you know, allegations of like criminal sexual behavior.
Okay,
So,
good.
you know,
Good.
none of that, but just like not very good reviews. Several women had posted texts he was sending them like right up to filming beginning, encouraging one of them to sit on his dick.
Yuck. Yeah, I
Yeah.
hate that.
Like the conversation went right from like, are you enjoying the like nice weather to him being like, you could enjoy it sitting on my dick.
I don't think I would be enjoying it as much
She
under
did
those
not respond to
circumstances.
him. And then later just sent him like a shouldn't you be packing your bags and a rose emoji. So I guess the news had gotten out. He also
Oh.
told another woman that he was going to China for work for up to 2 months. So he said, so you should find yourself a man. And she was like, I wasn't stopping myself in that department. Thank you. Others described him, one woman who had chatted with him like a couple years back described him as, and all of this is alleged, quote, insanely sexual and doesn't seem to take no for an answer. Don't love that.
Mm.
She apparently declined to meet up with him because he was pressuring her for nudes.
Woof. Yeah, so
So
obviously none of this is fully vetted.
no, we don't
but
know, but the reviews that are coming out aren't great. And this was the
yeah,
only guy that I saw this stuff on in our
yeah.
Google searches. I will say that Macy Neely from Secret Lives did see this video on TikTok and she commented, adding this to my notes, thank you.
Oh boy.
And we know Macy loves a good interrogation.
This guy is so like it's just not tactical to have a full roster of women that you're pissing off as much as possible right before you go on a
Bad
dating show.
move, bro.
The show that famously gets men canceled because they go on the show and their exes come out of the woodwork and are like,
Also,
this guy's scum.
he's not subtle.
No. Maybe we'll see some of that trademark wit on The Bachelorette, or maybe he got
I'm like,
yanked
that
before
or
filming based on
is
this.
he gonna be one of the people that Taylor, like, goes off on?
Ooh, he does have that look. He has the look of a man who needs to really get gone off
I
on
agree. I
at.
think he could really use just some of that signature Taylor Frankie Paul ire directed
Yeah.
straight at him.
He could use some really blunt feedback.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I'm, love that Macy saw the video. That's,
interesting.
that's Mike.
Yeah, that's fun. It has to be one of those in every and who knows what else we'll find out about men as these things go on, but has to be at least one man with some allegations of creepiness already. Let's talk about Richard Vandewater. He's 35. He's from Charleston, South Carolina.
He's cute.
He's cute. He's a photographer. I actually love the work on his Instagram. It's beautiful. He seems to do a mix of like high-end commercial and editorial. Like he sells prints, and he does
Oh,
photographs for like
yeah.
sneaker companies and stuff, but it's like
Wow.
beautiful. It's not
His
like
photographs are
catalog.
really gorgeous.
Yeah. He did an interview in February actually saying that he only started doing photography 4 years ago after the pandemic. But to be fair, he was previously a cinematographer.
Okay.
So yeah.
No,
He
that
had
makes
the
sense.
eye,
He has
yeah.
a visual sense because, like, yeah,
Yeah.
the point of view in these photos is really clear.
Yeah, and they're
And the
very, like,
it's very pretty.
saturated and,
Yeah, I
like
love the aesthetic.
yeah. But then I found that he has also put out a book that is a book of Christian devotionals illustrated by photographs of Israel. And I was
Oh,
like,
no.
"Oh,
The type of
whoa."
Christian, like born again people who are obsessed with Israel, it's like it's
Yeah.
creepy.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like it. There's something off about that. And he talks about it in this interview. He says, "One of the things I'm most proud of, and by no effort of my own, what I contribute, I assume he means attribute, to God being kind and giving me this opportunity right off the bat, is the luxury coffee table book
Luxury coffee table book.
called Israel, Beauty, Light, and Luxury." So you look at that title and you're not thinking Christian devotionals, right? I'm like, what do you mean luxury? It's Christian
The
devotionals.
luxury of the Lord. The luxury
Yeah.
of listening to the Lord.
And, like, he didn't write the devotionals. This woman, Tara Lee Cobble, wrote the devotionals, and he did the photography, and she is, like, a public figure. She does a podcast called The Bible Recap, like
You'll be shocked to learn that I haven't listened.
get out of here. She loves Israel. She loves the Holy Land where Jesus walked. Um, yeah, so that is Richard Vandewater. I was so excited about him until until I learned about his book, but hey, he's bringing something different to the table here. Then we have Rod Strozier. He is 35. He's from Apple Valley, Minnesota. His Instagram bio is entrepreneur, life coach, holistic health, kettlebell, functional fitness, army vet.
Uh,
Says it all.
yeah, pretty again, pretty classic Bachelor
Yeah.
fodder. Former military, life
Yeah.
coach, fitness.
I don't see him say that he's a former college athlete, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was. Most of them secretly are. His photo is a little bit more interesting in style. It's giving kind of like boho rocker dude.
Yeah, I like his interestingly patterned short sleeve button up.
Yeah, and he's
He
got like the long necklaces
also has the
underneath.
classic thick biceps.
Oh, yeah. And he's not against hedges. He is standing against that gray
The gray
brick
brick
wall.
wall.
So very artsy. But we didn't find really anything else on him.
Ron Perez, 28, from San Francisco, California. He was an account executive at Salesforce.
There it is.
You gotta have one.
He is now at another company, but he is seemingly doing the same thing. It seems like he's just going from company to company, being an account executive. And I love that for him. That is how you level up. You got to get that new job offer in this
Beautiful
economy.
sunset in the background of his photo.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that is an unusual background as well, and he's got kind of like a low-necked shirt on underneath a kind of drapey gray
It's
button
giving
down
very
thrown over it.
California.
Yeah. He looks like he's going to, like, a beach, like a bonfire or something.
Yeah, I can see it.
Next is Shane Parton. He is 28. He's from Roswell, Georgia. His Instagram bio is Atlanta/NYC, Stetson football alum. So, believe it or not, he played college football for Stetson
I'm
University.
shocked.
He went to Blessed Trinity Catholic High. So I was like, is he Catholic or was that just a big football school? And he was promising. Sometimes that happens as well with these big Catholic schools that churn out recruits. I'm always curious to know if there's a Catholic on the show, you know?
I mean,
So many Mormons
there's got to be some Catholics sprinkled in there. I feel like most of
sprinkled
them
in
just
there.
don't talk about it.
They don't talk about it. We know better than to talk about it. He now appears to work at a law firm that boasts, quote, tax minimization, wealth preservation, and succession planning.
Sick.
I'm like, so you're my op. Like, we're opponents.
He's like, hoard those resources, baby. Do whatever you can. Don't contribute a dime to
Yeah.
society.
Do you have money? We're going to make sure that no one else in society benefits but you. Spoiler alert, you can jump forward like 10 seconds if you don't want to hear about the dates, but he was actually spotted on a one-on-one date with Taylor Frankie Paul at an NFL game.
Yes,
So,
this is a very public, well-documented date because it was
Yeah.
literally a football game.
yeah. And that's all I think we found about him. Spencer Clegg is 35. He is from Vineyard, Utah.
Another Utah guy and another BYU alum.
Yes, he I think he might have deleted his Instagram because I couldn't find it under this handle. His X.com bio, which has no posts, is Latter-day Saint, BYU Sports, Finance. The trifecta. He
It's
went to
painting a picture.
He got his bachelor's in finance and his MBA at BYU, and he is the director of financial planning and analysis at like a carpet cleaning franchisor that
Like the roof guy.
yeah.
People need their carpets cleaned.
You know, out in Utah, people have big homes and they need to be well maintained. I also found him kind of hard to research because I do think that Clegg may be one of those Mormon names. I found another Spencer Clegg who appears to also be a Utahn who played college football.
There
and-
must be a bunch of them.
And I got confused because, like, that one just got married.
So you're like, it's not him.
Not him. That one is, I think, maybe 10 years younger. And he recently got married and he played at like Utah State or something. But a lot of Spencer Clegg's playing football out in Utah. All these Utah guys, I feel like are probably kind of doomed because I think that she would have dated them already if they were
She's
the
gonna be
kind
like,
of guy.
You're just like
You're just a carpet cleaning financial
like,
planner.
you're just the kind of guy that I've met and I already have declined to date.
Yeah, I've declined to date so many guys like you. Do you make TikToks? Like, please.
I'm gonna say his LinkedIn photo is cuter than the photo
Yeah, this isn't a good
they
photo.
released. Yeah.
Not a good photo. Although it is against a wall instead of a hedge. So
And we
points
love
for
that.
originality. And finally, Trenton Merrill. And we end with a bit of a bang because Trenton Merrill, who is 35 and from Laguna Niguel, California, has a Wikipedia page because he is a Paralympian. He specializes in the long jump. He competed for the U.S. in 2016,
Wow.
2020, and 2024. In 2020, he won bronze. He's
That is
also
so
won.
impressive.
Yeah, and he's won gold at some non-Paralympics like World Championships competitions. So he's like
Very legit.
very legit. And he's also talked a lot about his amputation because that led him to the Paralympics. His right leg was amputated below the knee after an accident in 2005. He and his friend were riding a dirt bike and it was hit by a car.
Jesus.
And his foot was like pinned in between the car and the bike, and it just sounded really, really horrible. Um, but he's had this very successful athletic career. He also models.
I mean, he's very handsome.
He has much more of like not the scruff, but like a goatee. You don't see a lot of
Yeah, no.
goatees these days. His LinkedIn subhead is 3 times Paralympian, creator, public speaker, model, investor, Christian, prayer hands emoji. Putting the Christian thing on LinkedIn is actually not that common.
No.
Really
It's
front
usually
loading that.
usually on IG.
Yeah. Um, some of these guys seem to be the kind of guys who use LinkedIn as social media.
Yeah,
Like you see they have a bunch of comments on other people's
there's a
posts. They're
lot of
making
those.
jokes. Yeah. His Team USA profile was also interesting reading because a lot of these guys really have nothing on them outside of basic stats on an old football profile or something. But he has like kind of profiles as a Paralympian, like what do you like? Like who's your hero? And his Team USA profile says that he enjoys coffee, reading, surfing, 4x4 off roading, and camping. When he says reading, I'm concerned that he means reading like devotionals and self-help
I would say
because it
that's
just
likely.
seems like the profile, but it sounds like he, lives a very active life and his hero is his grandfather, Bob Merrill. So I Googled Bob Merrill, and there are some famous Bob Merrills, actually, but then I did further research, and his was not one of the famous ones. His was the sheriff of Brawley, California, and a rodeo cowboy.
More ties to the cowboy life.
Yeah, and a sheriff. So he clearly was, if not famous, someone who kind of embodied that rough and tumble spirit that Trenton has embraced. And those are all of the men. So as we look back at this group, does anyone like jump out at you as an easy front runner? Or I always have a hard time with this. Like I feel like until we like see them on screen.
Yeah, I need to see how they pop. I need to see what their vibe is. I feel like it's easier sometimes to tell from the way that the bios are written because that is like ABC or Warner Brothers like putting out that material.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think we've kind of gone over the people that seem like clear Taylor Frankie Paul
Yeah.
types. But other
Look
than that, it's kind of hard to tell.
Looking back over this, I'm really struck again by how this casting has like pulled the show in a wider, more conservative direction, which I
Very
think is
much
a
so.
huge and upsetting trade-off to the excitement of casting someone who has the public profile that Taylor Frankie Paul has. Like, this is a very white cast.
Very white,
A lot
very
of them
faith
are
centered,
mhm,
very conservative,
yeah. Like
which it's a bit of a return to form in some ways for the show, but it's depressing because there had been a lot of strides
yeah.
made in the last few years. I
It
can't
re
say I'm surprised.
Yeah. No, I can't either, especially because it seems like a lot of the casting they did was very specifically to cater to, like, the Mormonism and the Taylor Frankie Paul look, and, like, those are like, how many times on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives do they talk about the fact that basically everyone they've all ever met is white except for Layla?
Right.
Like, everyone in Utah is white. That's who Taylor has dated. That's clearly her type, and it's just it's depressing to see such a fall off of their attempts to make the show more diverse, and I think especially thinking about what Rachel Lindsay talked about after the casting came out, which I thought was really on point, about how for a long time they were diversifying the show and they were also casting leads of color now and then who really exemplified the traditional Bachelor profile, who were successful to some degree, who are poised, who are polished, who, you know, were sort of America's sweetheart type. And now they've turned not only sort of away from the diversity, but towards someone who doesn't really exemplify any of those things in the way that the show traditionally has valued. And it's just kind of telling about what they think is valued by the audience.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see how much this carries over, like whether they will be trying to pull someone from this cast for the next season, or whether they are kind of trying to change the model back and find more like semi-public figures.
Right, like, I would be interested. There's a lot of downsides to casting someone who's never been on the show, as we've talked about before, right? It can be hard for them to really navigate certain parts of the show gracefully. But at the same time, if they get locked into a daisy chain of, like, white, scruffy-faced Mormon boys who want what their wives to be and they're feminine, then I think that's gonna be really a rocky road for The Bachelor and for the audience. Like, I don't see that lasting as a cultural as a like, already there's so much backlash against the current politics, and I could see them instead plucking public figures who fit different demographics and profiles down the road, but that would still bring that, like, burst of, like, celebrity excitement and, like, a really distinct personality. Like, maybe they're gonna start letting the leads have a personality. Maybe they would value jumping around a little bit to different
I mean, that's what they
types of
used to
people.
do.
Yeah, the different types of rich white men. Princes from Italy, heirs to tire company fortunes.
Yeah, I guess we will see. It feels like a real inflection point for the show, for the franchise as a whole, because Mel's season like did not do well.
Yeah, there a lot is riding on this.
Yeah. So I also could see them honestly not having a plan. Just being like, we got to make this season pop and then we'll see.
Yeah, and my hope is that if the season pops, because I think it very well could, I think it's likely to, I hope that what they take from that is not people love conservative white Christians and that's all they wanna see on their screen. I
Right.
hope that what they take away is we cast
People like
someone who had
interesting, singularly buzzy and sticky figures.
exactly, because I think this could be a good direction for them to go, to try to feel out their new era. But I think that's all we have to say about these guys for now. We are eagerly anticipating more gossip and leaks, and we are even more eagerly anticipating those cast bios.
I guess we'll see those maybe in February.
February, we'll see. Stay
But
tuned.
But for now, that's it for this episode of Love to See It with Emma and Claire. If you're watching this on YouTube, remember to like and subscribe to our channel.
Love to See It is a presentation of Odyssey. The show is produced by us, Claire Fallon and Emma Gray. Our production assistant is Tatiana Kanice-Smith, who also edits our video. This episode was edited by John Bahar. Our theme music is by Tamar Haviv, and our art is by Aaron Nestor.
If you like the show, please remember to follow us, rate us 5 stars, leave a review, and of course, spread the word to all of your friends about Love to See It.
If you want to get in touch, you can email us at claireandemmapod@gmail.com.
You can also find us on TikTok at Love to See It Pod and on Instagram at Claire and Emma Pod. And you can find our newsletter Rich Text on Substack at claireandemma.substack.com. I'm also on Blue Sky at Emma Gray and on Instagram at EmmaLadyRose.
And I'm at Claire E. Fallon. Special thanks to the team at Odyssey: Eric Donnelly, Peter Arriaga, Kate Rose, Myra Curran, Melissa Wester, and Hillary Schiff.
We'll be back soon.
Can you keep